Hey everyone, today we're out in the Stangaholics warehouse. We're going to check out a new product that we're carrying for the 65 through 70 Mustangs. This is the set of subframe connectors for the 65 through 70 Coupe and Fastback models. Let's take a closer look at this new product. These new subframe connectors by Hotchkis are designed to add structural rigidity and strength to your Classic Mustang's uni-body. Anytime you're putting a larger engine in these Classic Mustangs or anything with, I would say, more than 300 horsepower, it's a good idea to put a subframe connector set in to tie the front and rear frame rails together. This set of subframe connectors is fabricated from 1 inch by 2 inch 0.095 wall rectangular steel, so it gives you excellent ground clearance. They're TIG welded at the ends and at all connection points, and powder coated, a nice black satin finish, as you can see. These subframe connectors don't bolt into place, which is a good thing. They actually weld into place, and so they're going to weld in onto the existing frame rail in these locations. So what you're going to do is, to prep these, is you're going to take your frame rail of your Mustangs. Let's say if, like, this is the front frame rail of the Mustang. You're going to grind off any extra paint, under coating, or anything else towards a bare steel. You're going to test fit these things up to it. This will attach at the front frame rail, the back of the front frame rail. And what you're going to do is you will grind off just a little bit around the perimeter here on these frame rails. So grind that off to its bare steel. You grind a little bit too around these holes that you're going to use for plug welding, as well as on the inside. And then once you get it fitted up in there and everything looks good, then you will weld around here and plug weld to the frame rails, providing a nice strong contact and actually integrating it into the frame rails and the existing chassis. I said earlier in the video, these are a 1 inch by 2 inch rectangular subframe connector. As you can see, they actually provide pretty good ground clearance because they're not too tall. But the one thing to keep in mind is that they will not clear on a convertible, because a convertible has the underfloor bracing for the seat platforms. So these give excellent ground clearance because they're nice and tight against the unibody floor, but they will not clear convertible models. So again, subframe connectors like this are a great addition to any Classic Mustang's unibody, especially if you're going to be putting a high horsepower engine in the car, or you're going to be driving it really hard and need a suspension to articulate and to really work the way that it needs to. This is an excellent upgrade for supporting the chassis and just overall vehicle rigidity. Some things to keep in mind though when you're doing this installation is you do want to make sure that the car is on all 4 tires and has the weight on the suspension and on the tires when you're installing these. So you don't want to have it up in the air on some sort of a lift or anything like that. Either drive it up on a 4-post lift or something, again, where the weight is down on the tires and how the vehicle and the chassis would normally be driving on the road, so that way these fit the subframe or fit the frame rails the way that it should. Other thing to keep in mind is that you do not have to modify the floor of the car at all, so you won't have to be doing any additional cutting or anything like that to the floor, just welding these into place. And lastly, you may have to reroute some lines, some brake or fuel lines, depending on how your lines are routed underneath the car. So I hope this video was informative, and if you have any other questions at all, feel free to call us or visit our website at stang-aholics.com.